How to use DeepSeek R1. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing great. If you haven't heard yet, DeepSeek R1 has been making a huge impact in the AI and tech world. This open source AI model was reportedly built for under $6 million, which is a fraction of the billions of dollars spent by companies like OpenAI and Google to develop their AI models. The exciting part, DeepSeek R1 is completely free to use and it skyrocketed to the top of the App Store charts, surpassing ChatGPT in just a few days. It's now one of the most advanced open source AI models available to the public. I've been experimenting with DeepSeek R1 for a few days now, and I have to say, it's a game changer. However, like any AI model, it has its drawbacks. So let's dive in and explore what makes DeepSeek R1 special and whether it lives up to the hype. So, first, the question is, why is DeepSeek R1 so revolutionary? One of the key reasons DeepSeek R1 has captured so much attention is its unique training methods. Unlike most AI models, which rely on expensive human labeled datasets and supervised fine tuning, which can cost millions or even billions of dollars, DeepSeek R1 takes a completely different approach. Instead, it uses a self reinforced learning system that doesn't require human oversight. Think of supervised fine tuning like a technique a child to cook by giving them a detailed recipe and guiding them through each step. In contrast, reinforcement learning is more like letting the child experiment in the kitchen and only stepping in when needed. So, DeepSeek R1 learns through trial and error, improving itself along the way. And the results are impressive. On the AIM 2024 mathematics benchmark, DeepSeek R1 achieved 71% accuracy, outperforming GPT-4 Mini, which scored 63.6%. On the Math 500 benchmark, it also outperformed GPT-4 Mini and GPT-4 0912. However, when it comes to coding tasks, DeepSeek R1 falls short compared to other models, struggling on code forces and live code benchmarks. But benchmarks only tell part of the story, so let's jump on the DeepSeek R1 in real world scenarios. So, first of all, you're going to go to the App Store and try to install DeepSeek R1 for yourself. So, you can just download the mobile app and just click on open. Once it's downloaded, you can log in. You can either just log in with any accounts or you can sign up using your email. But however, there's a lot of load in getting the verification codes. So I suggest you to signing up with either your Google account or your Apple account. So once you're in, you can just toggle on the DeepSeek R1 model by clicking on this, that is DeepThink R1. So just click on it. And you can see that when it's blue, the model is activated. So this model is designed for advanced reasoning similar to GPT-4 Omni, but without GPT-4 Omni's 50 message per week restriction. R1 can also integrate real-time internet searches, something that GPT-4 Omni still lacks. Now the question is how DeepSeek R1 solves problem. So DeepSeek R1 relies on the chain of thoughts prompting technique, which means it breaks problems down into clear, logical steps before solving them. So this isn't a new concept, but DeepSeek R1 executes it exceptionally well. For example, let's take a simple test. Let's test a simple math problem. Now, you can just, for example, if there's a question like, tell me about how to solve multi-variable integrals. Now, this is basically a math problem. So I'm going to ask them that you can just tell me about how to solve multivariable integrals. And now you can see that after hitting enter, you'll see DeepSeek R1 thinking through the problem in real time, step by step. This is what makes R1 so unique. It transparently walks through its reasoning, unlike GPT, which often gives a straightforward answer without explaining the logic behind it. So another fascinating aspect of R1 is its ability to send extracted reasoning to other AI models, a feature that's unique to DeepSeek and not found in other chatbots. So now you can see that it is still thinking, and you can also skip the thinking part by clicking on this combo box, and you can see that DeepSeek is just thinking thoroughly in order to give you the accurate result, not really just jumping onto the conclusions. So just wait for it to get completed and you'll be able to see the conclusion at the end. So now you can see that after thorough examination, they have come to the conclusion of this. So that means they really just thoroughly just learn itself, like what is this. Now you can see that thought for 74 seconds. Now they really thought for 74 seconds in order to give you an accurate result. Now the next question is how DeepSeek R1 handles hallucination. Now one of the biggest challenges in AI today is hallucination. So, where an AI confidently provides incorrect information. Now, what makes DeepSeek R1 stand out is how well it recognizes and corrects its own mistake. Now, for example, I ask R1 that what happened to Toro Rosso in 2019. So I'm just going to ask DeepSeek this question, and now they're just thinking this question about like what really happened. Now it says that in 2019, Scuderia Toro Rosso completed Formula One under its original name, and here's a breakdown of the key. Now they're just telling me. Now what basically it told me that Toro Rosso, just changed its name. 2019 marked Toro Rosso's final season before becoming AlphaTauri. Thus now I'm gonna say that didn't Toro Rosso, like let me just tell them that Toro Rosso was changed to AlphaTauri in 2020, not 2019. And now you can see that they're just going to think again, and then they're just going to go to different GPTs, and the DeepSeek will just like educate itself. And after that, now they're going to say, well, yes, that's correct. Scuderia Toro Rosso was rebranded as Scuderia AlphaTauri in 2020. So it incorrectly stated that in 2019 it was changed. Like in 2019, the decision was made to change Toro Rosso to AlphaTauri, but in real it was 2020. So I pointed out the error and asked why it made that mistake, and it just gave me, instead of just apologizing, DeepSeek R1 searched for the correct information. It just searched for it again, and it really thought and researched for it and acknowledged its error and then provided the right answer. Now compared to other models, DeepSeek R1 thinks in a way that feels more natural and human-like when explaining its mistakes. Now if you ever catch it making an error, I highly recommend challenging it and seeing how it responds. Now the next question that arises is DeepSeek R1 good for coding? So while R1 performs exceptionally well in reasoning tasks, it's noticeably slower than ChatGPT 4 when it comes to coding. So for example, if you ask it to generate a Tetris game, or for example, if you ask to generate a Tic-Cross game, which is also known as tic-tac-toe, so it will take significantly longer than GPT-4 to complete the task. Now let me just type down like code me a tic-tac-toe game. And now you can see that unlike GPT-4, which allows you to preview the game directly to chat, R1 does not. For serious coding tasks, models like GPT-4 Omni and Claude 3.5 Sonnet are still better choices, as they tend to produce more accurate and bug-free code. However, if you're looking for a completely free, open source alternative, DeepSeek R1 is definitely worth it. Now, if you're privacy conscious, you'll be happy to know that you can run DeepSeek R1 locally since it's open source. So instead of interacting with the model on the cloud, you can download the AMA app and run R1 on your own hardware, ensuring all your data stays private. Now, however, the full R1 model is massive. It requires around 1300 GB of VRAM to run at full capacity. That means that you'll need a high-end setup to use it locally. Fortunately, there are lighter distilled versions of R1 that can run on a single GPU. For example, the 1.5B version works just fine on any Mac Studio M2 Ultra. Now, What are the final thoughts on DeepSeek R1? Now, after testing DeepSeek R1, I can confidently say that it's one of the most exciting open source AI models available right now. And initially, I was skeptical, but I quickly realized that its capabilities rival some of the best proprietary AI models, all at a fraction of the cost. Now, considering its low development cost and free access, DeepSeek R1 is a major milestone in the AI space. So, it'll be interesting to see how industry leaders like OpenAI and Google respond to this new competition. So, that was a basic review about DeepSeek R1. So if you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tutorials. I'll see you in the next video.